Supergirl.
Hey guys, just finished watching Supergirl, Season 2, Episode 22. Nevertheless, she proceeds. Persisted. I don't know what to say. I mean, I watched this episode. I just finished watching it online. I didn't watch it afterwards, but live. But then I tried to look for videos explaining the ending of this, and I couldn't find any videos, or at least I haven't looked too long. Didn't want to wait too long after this. The only videos I found were like 8 minutes long. Didn't want to wait that long after watching this. But so definitely be looking forward to checking this out, seeing what the ending is, because with Mon-El leaving the Earth, that was really cool. I really love the way they did that. But where did he go in this portal? Is he getting sucked into 2000 to the future, where he's going to go end up in 3000? Year 3000, stuff like that, and then come back to the Earth? Because they never mentioned Lena and her mother and Wynn and all that stuff when they made this thing. They never mentioned how long, if there's lead in the air all the time, is it going to be permanent there? It's going to be there for a couple hundred years? I mean, how long do Superman and Supergirl, they're going to be around for, years and years and years? Are they immortal? They never grow old. I mean, Supergirl, I guess, is kind of aging, since she's aging and stuff, and so is Superman and stuff, but or at least it doesn't look, I'm not sure. So it's gonna be curious to see if he gets sucked into, if Mon-El appears in the year 3000 or something like that, with the Legion of, where he ends up meeting the Legion and stuff, Legion of Superheroes, and then he comes back in time and all that, which we have seen lots of hints all over the Flash and Arrow TV shows, mostly on the Flash, about the Supergirl. And then we saw it also on here, the Legion ring. I think it was in season 1 and maybe once or twice in season 2. But I mean, is he gonna just go to Earth in 3000 in like a couple thousand years? If that's what he's going through, like the same thing that made Kara skip, wait through time and stay young, arrive on Earth as a young kid rather than wait past time in this thing. So it's gonna be interesting to see if that's what happens. And then do we get a time jump with this show? I mean, I hope not. But I think it's gonna be cool to see how things go with season 3. I think it's going to be fun to see where that goes. I think things are going to be really interesting to see. And I would like to see, Perry White or Lois Lane in season 3. I think those would be cool characters to hang out. Just at least meet, Lois. Maybe, Clark is over for an episode and we get, him, at least Lois Skyping on his phone, or Perry Skype, FaceTimes him on his phone or something like that. That would be cool. But I'd love to see, Lois maybe, what another love interest for Kara could be, someone that, that Lois sets up, one of Lois's friends, stuff like that, and they go on a double date to try and set her up after she's, so down, and trying to get her off after when we come back from hiatus. Maybe a few months has passed and she's still not dating or anything like that, and so, Clark tries to set her up with someone and try to go on a double date between Kara and someone else, and Lois and Clark and stuff. So that could be cool to see something like that. But getting back to this episode and the ending, wow, this ending was such a good ending. But getting to the beginning of it, with Superman and Supergirl fighting, that was kind of cool. I just was disappointed that it was over and it was only for 5 minutes. I would have liked to have had the episode, the before last episode, be nothing but Superman and Supergirl fight the entire episode. That would have been epic. And then have this episode like this, the fight finishes off in the last 5 minutes or something like that, because the fight was built up to be this cool thing at the cliffhanger last week, and then it was just 5 minutes in this episode, which I understand they had a lot of things to do, but I think I just would have loved to have seen a full episode, Superman, Supergirl fighting the entire episode. Would have made more impact that she's stronger than him, rather than just, took her 5 minutes to take it to beat him, stuff like that, and which didn't really make sense. And there was no no point did she ever try to leave the city and fight him somewhere else where there's no no property damage, no buildings are going to get destroyed, no casualties, and even when she fights Rhea, she doesn't even try to make it in the desert or anything like that. I mean, there was that desert where she ran into when Barry, when the Flash first came over in his first episode, he grabbed her and then he ran out to a desert. Why not just he ran out to open field. I think it was kind of a desert-ish. Why not go somewhere like there? That would have been a cool place for them to bring back and call back to the first Flash Supergirl meet. Have that same place where they could fight and have no, the city could still be watching with binoculars and stuff like that without having to, have buildings destroyed or something like that. But it was still kind of fun doing the different thing. It was quite interesting, like I said, with the whole Mon-El no longer being able to be on Earth and stuff. And him having to leave and all that, and that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. And then I just think it was such a good moment. The way they acted, Leslie was perfect in it. Her acting was just spot on. I really believed that she was torn by that, and yeah, it was just a really good episode. I really loved this episode. Although at the end, when Superman left off, he's like, "Oh, I gotta go now," as if it's gonna take him, a few minutes to fly around the city. I don't know. They just make it seem like it's gonna take him an hour to fly back to Metropolis. It shouldn't take him an hour. It should take him 10 seconds at most to go around. Not even 10 seconds. It should take him 2 seconds to get back to Metropolis just by flying. I mean, going out of the atmosphere and then right back in type thing. Although Supergirl, I think in this version, she's not able to breathe in space, so I'm not sure if he would be able to breathe in space. So maybe not, but still, he should be able to get from Metropolis to National City within 3 seconds maximum, no longer than that. So yeah, it was definitely quite interesting seeing that, and then interesting seeing the whole Rhea stuff, and like the fight was kind of cool. It was boring that it was stayed where it stayed. I'd love to see something, if they actually made it go. I mean, it would be cool is if they just did it on the moon and they did things like that on the moon. I mean, even when Superman was fighting Supergirl and he thought he was seeing Zod, he never tried to take Zod up to the moon or anything like that, because that would have been cool. Seeing them in space throwing asteroids at each other, that would be pretty cool, and there'd be no casualties, no fallout or anything like that from the destruction they're doing instead of doing it in the city. Now I understand maybe out in a field or something like that it would be kind of boring and stuff. There would be nothing to destroy, but it'd be cool to see them destroy mountains. Maybe go out into the woods somewhere, picking up trees, and they use these trees to smash each other. That'd be a perfect way to do that without having to have any casualty. Yeah, there's the whole animal thing, but it makes a lot more sense than going to in the middle of a city where there's so many people that they're gonna destroy and stuff. So I think I would have liked to have seen that. Also would have liked to have seen Dean Cain in this episode and Helen Slater even at the end of this episode, maybe very little bit, like we saw James Olsen. He was only in this episode for like 5 seconds. So I don't know, just it would have been cool to see Helen Slater and Dean Cain in this episode. Really, at least this is when she needs them to really to be there for her and stuff. So I don't know why they weren't thrown into this episode, even for the end, last minute, when maybe Alex should have called them to have them come over, So that was kind of weird not having them in this episode. And then, yeah, so this episode was really good. I really kind of liked it. It does get me excited to see where things go in the season for season 3. Although it doesn't really hint at anything for season 3. I was thinking that maybe there was going to be some sort of hint with Zod being the villain for season 3, which would have been very similar to, Astra and Terry Hatcher's character in this. So glad that he wasn't the setup. It wasn't a setup for him being Zod being the villain or anything like that. That was good there. But it's gonna be interesting to see where they go for season 3, which I'm pretty sure this has been confirmed for season 3. So I'd like to see something hinting at that. Maybe someone on Twitter will drop someone as a villain or something for season 3 soon, or maybe at least by Comic-Con we'll probably have a trailer or something like that hinting at season 3. So I guess we'll have to wait at least till then, but hopefully by then we'll have some news then. So let's see what happens with season 3. But I really like this, and I like the way it ended here. So let me know what you think, guys, about season 2 of Supergirl, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.